Hello there. Welcome to episode 18 of the final sect. It's winter again. How are we feeling about that? This means that spring is up again. That means this is going to be the season that will be pretty ideal for Nian Shuang's breakthrough. We are now thinking for the first time about seasons, maybe even considering a weather miracle. I think Golden Core cultivators are capable of learning that, so we're definitely going to go further into exploration today. There's a couple of things like Reed Village up ahead of me, but it's also now growing more and more important for us to prepare the sect for the breakthroughs of more powerful cultivators. We've been collecting lots of materials lately. These will all help us in our quest, but materials alone are not enough. We will need, like I said, also the help of the seasons and the weather miracles, because ideally you'll have exactly the right weather in the peak of a certain time of the year. And then you have the perfect circumstances for a golden core breakthrough. That all being said, Yinji, chop chop, move your muttons. We have to go to Reed Village and see what we can find there. I'm not really convinced that it is worth my time there, but you know, I still want to try. In the meantime, we got ourselves here the new cultivation array for for Yankei almost done, and the last and only cultivator that's missing in my Sect now is a water one. It's always pretty much the last one that I adopt, but we're going to take that as, well, a long-term project, because, you know, as a water cultivator, we would need metal, and if I remember correctly, that was autumn, ideally. I don't know what kind of, or no, metal is all year round. Earth is autumn. Metal is in every season. There is a phase where metal element is strong. That is. It's all a little bit wuzzy fuzzy, but as you see, I still know my feng shui and my elemental stuff. All right, let's enter Reed Village. I just saw that Yinji popped in there, and we're going to have probably a little bit more luck than we had with this stupid place where you can gather the ginseng. I mean, the ginseng village, as I like to call it henceforth, has one important role for us. It's the place where you want to go if you want to adventure for ginseng collection. And I do think that this place is brimming with mortals, so this place has definitely one big resource: people. So I'd bet that between all these random people here, there's at least one or two good candidates for either cultivation or abbot business. But we're going to not look into each and everybody's little apartment. That's way too much work. So I think this might be the prime booty here. So, wait a sec, I don't want to have a stack of 18. Let's pick up the biggest stacks of fabric here, because I'm very reluctant in my beliefs that there's something better than the fabric line around here. But I don't want to sound too ungrateful, because as I see it, it's really cool, because chances are that this is another one of these places which yields the fabric every single time when you visit it. So basically you can use that as an external fabric farm. The game has many of these little areas where you can gather certain materials regularly if your sect happens to be unable to produce them. Due to the fact that you have to unlock each and every one of these locations by adventuring, this pretty much balances out the ore that you got there. Of course, once you have explored the entire world, you pretty much have everything you wish for available at your fingertips to be collected just by adventuring there. But, you know, it does take quite some time to get there. So yeah, just like I thought, there's nothing except for the fabric there. But, like I said, it's quite a nice stockpile of fabric, so I'm not unhappy. Worst case scenario, we're going to sell that to the tradesmen one day soon. And that's really nothing bad at all. Okay, so we need more spirit wood, as usual. But I'm unwilling to buy it from my neighbors because they're just too costly. By now I've spent most of my money from the dragons. I mean, I do have a couple of prayer coins again in my storage, so I think I could go for yet another one of these. Ah, yeah. Spirit wood is available. Don't need to chop any more of these. I'll keep that pine tree here. I want to keep a couple of spirit wood trees that are growing now in the vicinity of my sect. I know I did cut a couple of these before, but maybe we can do it now better. The 7 slaughtering sect is in need of Eureka Pill. Do I have one? Because a water origin is surely more interesting than a Eureka Pill. I mean, don't get me wrong, Eureka Pills are cool and all, but water origins are much harder to acquire. I still have no clue what they're good for, but, you know. So, let's see. Crystal containing the natural root of water element. Only by cultivating water-type skills can one be able to refine it. Successful refining reduces attainment. Alright. The higher your attainment, the higher the success rate of refining. Okay, so basically if you're a water cultivator, this lowers the experience costs for your skills. The stronger you are, the better. Hooray! So, my dog has grown into a real dog. Look at him. Look at him. Beautiful. So, we're feeding him now. Let's see. I want to start with... Let's see. Advanced. Lingji. He can eat Lingji if he wants to. Let's start with meat, because that's just what we got. Don't know if this is courtesy of the mod, or if the game got improved on that end. Here. Always take the advanced food first. To feed my little doggo, only best things available. Alright, so Genji came back from his adventures in Fabric Town, and I think there's nothing else for him to do except for exploring riverbank plains. I don't know why I want to go there exactly anymore. I only do know that, yeah, Ganoderma, that riverbank plains hid some pretty cool environments, as you see here. Exploration process 0%. Okay, meanwhile, our youngsters are preparing themselves for their business. Mount Mesa. What up there? So, I really got no clue. We'll find out. We'll find out once it's time. I do have decided, though, that I don't want to send Yinji now immediately to every new location that I'm unlocking. I want to give myself a moment to unlock 1 or 2 new locations and probably find something at the Riverbank Plains. But most importantly, pay some attention to my new inner disciples, because I feel like they got a little bit low attention lately. So, what's the matter, boy? Of course you will eat. You shall eat. Strong. Alright, so where was I? Yeah, I wanted to finally get those spiritwood locks in place. Bothers me to no end, but at least we have that now placed down, and for Roju's room, we now will have to take care of the fire essence bars. 9 of them are still not enough. With a ranged 3 item, we can go for the entire inner star like that. 1, 2, 3. And that means we're going to have to fill the entirety of that area there. So that makes a grand total of 13 of these. And that also will increase the temperature of this room quite substantially. So we probably will need to construct ourselves a couple of displays, and I'll make them timber so they get done fast. It's a simple concept. We're just going to put water elemental items in there so the room's temperature can lower a bit. I don't know if ice crystal ore will be sufficient. I highly doubt it. Alright. So, luckily we're collecting some new things here. And as you see here, the room is getting toastier. Although, it's still only minus 9 degrees, so this is surely not anything to be worried about. Alright. But I know that this room here should become a problem for regular mortals in no time. So we're not gonna go in between the wall of mortals here. This is also a way to increase your reputation. So, let's check out the temperature, 15 degree. That should be no problem for her. Not at all. It's quite important for us that we give our cultivators now rooms with the proper elemental alignment, because without that, we'll be never able to get through with the higher tier breakthroughs. Alright, Mount Cloud's Reach. I think this was the last one of the Central Plain locations, so we're going to go and recall Chi and Yinji, because I will visit Mount Cloud's Reach and Mesa now, while Chi is going to explore further here. She's really damn fast. I'll be remembering this as something really, really useful when you have access to that Talisman law. Wait a sec. Nuh-uh. This ain't your bed. Stop it. You're risking your life. This room is not meant for mortals. Foolish little boy. Girl. Whatever. Okay, so Chi back home. She's double as fast as Yinji. Jeez. That's really lovely. I'm currently allocating, by the way, the experience points in my different agencies, because I really feel as if it's pretty cool to get that done. But there's one thing that crosses my mind right now. We should send abbots again. I really grew a little bit behind on that task, but it's happening, you know. You cannot keep an eye on everything at once. Therefore, you know, it's okay though. I don't mind too much. So we're gonna be sending this boy, Shushi. You're the next abbot of the Great Snowland. So, wait a sec. I need to check on out how is the... So, the next sect, the next agency we got will need to have some wheat income by itself. I'm not sure if I really want to found another one before. I am not sure that I can afford that. Yeah, well, you know what? We're going to stick with our guns for now. Until I have upgraded one of my bigger agencies for more production. Maybe I didn't pass on anything, but maybe I didn't slip up on anything at all. Okay. Really happy to see that we're making that kind of progress. So, if we want to have a proper breakthrough for Nianshuang next season, we will have to get prepared as quick as possible. That means my other Golden Core cultivators should totally be gathering the experience, but I should also gather up experience for Nianshuang at the same time, because both things have their importance. So, but checking out on these here, 46 grand, really like that. Good. So let's see if we can find something at Mount Cloud's Reach which is not just Cinnabar. Because Cinnabar is actually not that terribly interesting. Or new inner disciples are developing rather slower than faster. So these guys are marked hostile. Why? Well, can I check that? I would assume that they are from the sect that doesn't like me. But how to find out? I'm feeling a little bit angsty about that, because these guys, I guess they would totally never mind. I'd be totally slapping them. Alright. Good. You know, rather be double checking, triple checking, you know? So, usually if they have some allegiance to some place, you can't see that here. Or do I miss out on anything really important here? So 28 units of Cinnabar. It's not really much. 30. Yeah, well, whatever. It's better than nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, you just need to adventure here and you can collect that stuff too. It's not as if it's that hard to acquire. Alright, so the hostile cultivator, I'll be summoning my pet and sending him in there, and he has now a lot more chi than before. So yeah, there's no real assignment or sign of her allegiance of war or whatever. Really weird. So okay, we can gather a lot of Cinnabar here. And you know what? We're actually going to do exactly that. Because at the end of the day, we require that stuff for Talisman production. And, you know, I won't say no to something that helps me with my Talisman production. Especially since my map is not exactly that well suited for mining operations. There we go. What's happening here? So oh gosh, that's what's happening here. The other dude got involved, and he's hostile. Oh god. Alright, we have to swap on over to this fella. Oh, let's see. He has a lot of chi, but he doesn't have a lot of power. But I don't want Yinji in that fight involved at all. So I want to wait until my dog is truly fighting that. Okay. So first the bear, because he's dying much faster. Or what the hell is happening here? So I'm gonna leave. I really don't know why I keep getting re-involved in battles, but I think I'm just gonna leave that battle. Jeez. Talk about unexpected occurrences here. Okay, so today I learned that these guys actually do fight if you pressure them. And obviously, I mean, I really don't want Yinji to get involved into any of that, so I'll be just waiting until my dog is either winning it or getting destroyed by these guys. Obviously, the dog ain't winning it. This guy is regenerating chi faster than my dog is hurting him. But, yeah. I cannot leave this map currently. So let's see what happens if I order my dog to leave the combat. Can we leave now? Unfinished battle. So the dog and this guy are still fighting. My dog is still losing chi out of that encounter, but now this fella finally settled down. Okay, so I'll take my lesson out of that. I'm very relieved that we didn't lose Yinji here. That would have been really, really tragic, because it wouldn't have been worth it. And I remind myself that people with a red dot on themselves will attack you if you take action in their vicinity. Today I learned. Hopefully nobody had to die. Oof. Still feeling a little bit shaky about that occurrence here. I'm just very happy that Yinji didn't die. So, Gale Peak Town. Ice crystal ore. Ah, now I remember why this place was important to me. I did a lot of adventuring way back there. Okay, so Mount Mesa. Jeez. These weirdos. I wonder if these were from Mount Lucian. But maybe they are just always there and part of the encounter. I got no clue. So, Roju is at her Golden Core breakthrough spot. That means gotta be getting her some inspiration XP together so she can develop herself properly. Now then, let's check on out. We have 62 grand here. We have 47 grand here. I know what I have here. I've been traveling back and forth here often enough. 26 grand here. 2.5 there. And 8.3 there. Really not much. Just like I expected. But, you know, it is as it is. We're going to send Roju towards Mount South to give her at least some progress there. A little bit insecure if I really should be breaking them through to their golden core right now, or if I am not successful enough by now that I'll be just stalling their progress until the time is right. Hard to tell for me. I'm just a little bit unwilling to go for these bad golden core breakthroughs if I have to pump in so much experience. Yeah, well. So food is the strongest one. Yeah, the other ones are all slight increases. Right on. So that's where I'm currently a little bit torn on that issue. I basically have now 4 breakthroughs up ahead of me. One of them in the next season under ideal circumstances, and the other ones will take a pretty long time. But I think the answer to that is quite simple. I'll be prepping them up with the simple ingredients and send them through. That's quite simply because to have really outstanding golden cores, you need to be through the rebirth process. Nobody is actually top-notch cultivation material in his first life. That's just wishful thinking, you know? Doesn't come together because it's just very, it's actually impossible, because you have access to these wonderful little rituals that increase your base stats by 20%, which are only applicable on mortals, and, you know, once you have access to the entire suite of stat increasers this way, your gold cores will be so much better, because the harmony with the stats actually does play pretty important role in your maximum chi potential, in your harmony with the lore that you want to study. All those little things, they come together and play a pretty big role. Although, it would be interesting to know if I am overestimating the importance of that one or not. Let me know if you know, because that's seriously not too easy, a question that's not too easy to answer, I think. Alright. Sweet doggo. There we go. So, I just decided that my dog might not be able to fly like a cultivator, but given the fact how damn squishy Yinji is, I really feel much better about my blood pressure, considering that there's no more risk involved that Yinji gets into a fight in the wrong moment, you know? Just feeling better about that. There we go. So far there seems to be nothing of interest here. Absolutely nothing. There are some places in this game where I'm insecure if I'm just missing a spot, or if the developers were like, nah, not this time, buddy. Oh, look at this. There's a Lumina core. Alright, so guess that's our treasure. Lumina cores are pretty cool, but you need so darn many of them. You need, as a matter of fact, for your water cultivator, a whopping amount of 13 of these bad boys. So we have 2 of 13. We also need some of them for a very special project later down the road. So, yeah, we do need a lot of these. We do need a lot of these. Therefore, I think it's much smarter to just send my different cultivators through their golden core breakthrough as fast as possible and reap the rewards here. There we go. Another strange little elf. Gosh, these little guys. Tell you what, I'm gonna let him escape. I've had so freaking many of them. I feel like I don't even want this chest of festive goods anymore. Sounds weird, but you know, I just don't want to. This is meant to be something special, not something every day. Alright, so very happy because we're making wonderful progress. We are getting ahead with our inner disciples, or such. We're very close to a next generation of golden core cultivators, which is really, really cool for me. The only downside is that we're currently still suffering a little bit from a shortage of experience points. We're getting that together more and more quickly due to the fact that, I don't know if you paid attention to that, but we just gained 25,000 followers on City of Abundance. This brings it on par with Mountain South, and this is when you notice that bigger numbers will get racked up, and we'll be getting there. Okay, so today's episode has come to an end. It's been my pleasure. I really enjoy this so much, and I'm very much looking forward to the next round. Maybe we will even see a new golden core cultivator this next time. Could be really the case. I'm not sure if I'm be making it already, but either way, thanks for watching. Drop me your comments down below, leave me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and as usual, I want to point down towards Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee as ways and means to support this channel financially. I'd be really happy if you'd give them a look, and a big, big thanks to all of you who are supporting this channel already. I really appreciate. That all being said, have a wonderful day. See you soon.